The garbage mountain, created by dead satellites and spacecraft, is now in danger of collapsing to Earth. Japan is also preparing to launch the world's first wooden satellite. How does this wooden satellite solve the space garbage threat?
Hi guys, welcome to Sci-Fi. So let's see what the space garbage mountain I mentioned earlier is. So with the advancement of the science and technology, satellites have been launched into space for processes like human communication. So there are about 6,000 satellites launched in space. The problem is that 60% of these satellites are inactive. This means that there are approximately 3,600 inactive satellites in space. Now you understand the problem here. Another problem here is that this space debris is moving faster than 22,300 miles per hour. So you can get an idea of the possible damage to any object that collides with this. In 2006, a mountain of space debris has collided with the International Space Station. Researchers estimate that by 2028 there will be about 15,000 satellites in orbit. I think you know about Elon Musk's SpaceX company. So SpaceX company has already launched more than 900 Starlink satellites. And this company has low hopes to deploy thousands of other satellites. So we can expect a lot of progress in the future through projects like this. If you think about it a little bit, you will realize that although we can stop this garbage collection by stopping satellites orbiting, it will not be such a good thing for the future development. So while we removing the orbital debris, we must prevent future launch satellites from joining the mountain of garbage. How do we do this? Can the use of wooden satellites instead of metal satellites be a solution to this? I know, there are a lot of questions when thinking about this. But now Japan is preparing to launch a wooden satellite. Now let's look at this. Maybe you know about Sumitomo Forestry Company in Japan. So they are said to have begun research on the use of wood materials in space. They have also begun experimenting with different types of wood in the marginal environments of the Earth. To create the wooden satellite, I mentioned Sumitomo Forestry Company and Kyoto University in Japan have teamed up. The development team recently issued a press release announcing plans for the satellite. They called it Linasat. As you can see, wooden satellites are lighter than satellites made of aluminum or other metals. At the end of the life of a wooden satellites, they can be burned and destroyed by inserting them into the Earth's atmosphere. They do not emit polluted particles into the air and ocean like metal satellites after the burning. As I said earlier, there are many problems in doing this. The wooden materials used to make the satellite must be able to withstand high temperatures, and it must be able to withstand intense sunlight. So the team is currently studying how to build wooden structures using cedar and birch wood. Furthermore, they are studying how other woods work in space. Now you can understand why Sumitomo Forestry Company is involved in this project. This company mainly engaged in the development of wooden buildings. And do you know how to keep a satellite in space? The plane of orbit in which the satellite travels is called the orbital plane. A satellite must orbit in such a way that its orbital plane passes through the center of the Earth. However, if the orbital plane does not pass through the center of the Earth, the satellite will not be able to travel around Earth. Because the satellite is moving in a different direction due to the gravitational force of the Earth. Some satellites are orbiting above a certain point on Earth. When that satellite orbits above a city, it is always above the city. These are called geostationary satellites. We can find the radius of orbit of such a satellite by an equation. If you would like to know more about satellite launching, comment below. If there is a request, I will definitely explain it in a separate video. Anyway, the researchers say that the wooden satellite we talked about is ready for launch in 2023. We can now see rapid advances in science and technology. I think it's important that we be aware of that. And research is still ongoing into whether there is another life in the universe and whether there is another planet suitable for life. I think Elon Musk hopes to establish human settlements on Mars.
According to him, the establishment of settlements there can begin by 2024. So, if you know something new about this, comment below to let everyone know. I look forward to presenting about new developments in scientific research and scientific theories in the future. Share this to see someone else interested in this. It will help me to bring more things like this. Also subscribe and join to see things like this in the future. And see you in another video like this. Good luck.